Hi there and welcome to Wassell Woodworking. On today's episode I'm going to be taking my old iPhone 5 and trying to repurpose it to make a camera for over my table saw. I need something there. I'm a lot of times using my GoPro, which is annoying. I've managed to crack the indicator that tells you if it's on or off, and it has no screen so you can't tell what's going on. Now the iPhone 5 has something interesting. You can put on the selfie mode, but when you do that, it's only 720 DPI. 720p. But if I flip it over and use the other side, it's 1080. But then I can't see the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a mirror and put it over it so that I can see the screen when it's videotaping out. And the holster that this one has, I'm going to cut a corner out so that the camera can see through and you'll see the table saw. So we're going to see how that works out. So let's see how I make that happen. I've made the case and there's a slot there for the camera and it's all sanded smooth, and now it's ready for me to figure out the mount. So here's the plan. I'm going to have the phone mounted like this. I'm going to have this bracket that goes around up here, and this will be the piece that holds it, and the mirror is going to be on this place here. So now it's off to the metal lathe, where I take a piece of brass, 1/2 inch, and I bore a hole for a 10/32 screw, which is about 3/16 in diameter. And once that's done, I will then press fit it into the bracket. So using the CNC, I take a piece of wood and make the bracket that's going to hold the mirror. I need to do this because the edges are sharp, and so I cut it to the exact size, and then I cut around the outside, which allows just enough material left after 2 passes to where I can cut it out with a knife. But first I check it with the mirror, and what I found is that it was a little tight. So then I go back and take out just a little bit more on the inside, and that is more than enough to allow the mirror to fall right in place. So I've taken the mirror piece right here and I've glued it to the brace. I've also taken the brass ferrule and I've pushed it into the wood, the press fit, and it's holding very nicely, so I don't have to worry about gluing that. And then of course this has been screwed to the bottom of this. And I painted the piece last night and took off the masking around the brass ferrule. It's looking very good. It's sort of an odd color purple, but had it and I hadn't used it, so I figured I would take care of it. And the glass itself is going to fit in, and it's actually more of a friction fit. However, just to make sure it doesn't fall out, I'm going to take 2 pieces of double-sided tape. I'm going to put them on the back here, and once this glass goes in, that's it, because there's that glass, the mirror is so thin that there's not going to be a way to get it back out should I ever need to. And I really don't want to have to cut another piece because this inset has been made specifically to the glass, so I know I can never cut that again. So this mirror is very interesting. It actually has, it's a 2-sided mirror, and one side is the mirroring's on the front, and the other one it's on the back of the glass. So if you ever take your finger up to the glass and touch your fingernail to it, sometimes you'll see a gap in there, and that is the gap associated with the thickness of the glass. On this side there is no gap. On this side there is a little gap, and so because I don't want that finish on the front, I'm going to take that and put it to the back. I'm going to put that in there and hold that in, and just like that, it's now in place and it's not coming out, and there's no sharp edges for me to cut myself on, which is important. Now I'm just going to take a screwdriver and I'm going to run the screw into it to hold this bracket on, square as possible. Looks pretty good. So at this point I can now take the phone that I have and I can slide it in its spot and put it down, and now when this is filming, when this is filming and I turn it on, and I have it on camera, I'll be able to see the camera, the mirror in that when it's hanging up above the table saw. So putting this in here, I can take this piece, push it through, put the nut on, and it'd be nice to have a wing nut for this. I may pick one up later on. But anyway, that will hold it. Then I can take the camera, I can put it in camera mode, video, and have it start, and then slide that in, and I can see exactly what's being shown. So I've enjoyed making this little camera holder, and it's going to work well in my future projects. So anyway, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, put your comments below, and I'll see you next time on Wassell Woodworking.